Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving headfirst into the world of Uni-Fy.
Definitely a deep dive today.
They're doing some really groundbreaking stuff with blockchain and Web3, and I know our listeners are always eager to explore the cutting edge of tech.
For sure. And what's really got our attention is how Unify wants to make this technology accessible to businesses of all sizes.
Right, not just the big players. Imagine a world where your local bakery or that independent online store you love could easily tap into the power of blockchain.
Exactly. So we're talking about leveling the playing field, giving everyone a shot at utilizing this tech.
Okay, so no more just big tech calling the shots. I like where this is going, but how are they actually doing this? What's Uni-Fy's secret sauce?
Well, what's fascinating is that they're changing their approach. They're moving away from this idea of a one-size-fits-all platform.
Makes sense. Trying to cram everyone into the same box doesn't usually work.
Exactly. And they're shifting their focus to something called modular APIs.
Modular APIs. Okay, that sounds intriguing, but you're going to have to break that down for me. What does that even mean for someone who doesn't live and breathe code?
Think of it like building with Legos. You get to choose the specific blocks, or in this case, APIs, that you need.
So you're saying I can build my own custom blockchain solution?
In a way, yes. Need a more secure way to track online sales? There's an API for that. Want to revamp your customer loyalty program and make it super engaging? There's an API for that too.
Instead of businesses needing to build a whole blockchain system from the ground up.
Exactly. They can just plug and play with the specific features they need. It's all about customization and flexibility.
Okay, now we're talking. I'm starting to see how this could be a game changer, but I need to wrap my head around this with a real-world example. How would this work for an actual brand, one that I might recognize?
Okay, well, picture this. You walk into a Costa Coffee.
Hold up. Coffee, you had me at blockchain, but now you're speaking my language.
No.
Okay, back to Costa Coffee. What's happening?
So say they're using Unify's tech, right? Imagine earning crypto rewards just for referring a friend to try their coffee.
Okay.
Or maybe you get exclusive access to new blends through a special blockchain-based loyalty program because you're a regular.
Now that's a loyalty program I could get behind. No more flimsy punch cards getting lost in my wallet. What other mainstream brands are catching Uni-Fy's eye?
Oh, they're thinking big. They've got their sights set on places like eBay.
eBay. Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm listening.
Yeah, so imagine buyers and sellers using the blockchain to create totally tamper-proof reviews and ratings.
So you're saying no more wondering if that vintage record player is really in mint condition, like the seller claims. That alone could be huge for online marketplaces.
Absolutely. And it's not just about buying and selling either. Think about influencer marketing on platforms like TikTok or Instagram.
Okay, how does blockchain even fit into that world?
Well, Unify's APIs could help influencers run more transparent campaigns,
Yeah.
like where they're rewarded directly for the actual sales they drive. It's all tracked on the blockchain, so it's fair for everyone involved.
Got it. So it's all about transparency.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got this world Uni-Fy is building where anyone can leverage these powerful tools. But before I get totally lost in all the possibilities, let's pull back the curtain a bit and get a little more technical.
Sure.
What's going on behind the scenes? What exactly are these APIs that Uni-Fy is building? Lay it on me. What kind of APIs are we talking about here?
Well, one of their most interesting ones is the on-chain e-commerce API.
On-chain e-commerce API.
It's all about security and transparency for online transactions, something I think our listeners definitely care about.
For sure. But how does it actually work?
Okay, so imagine every single transaction being recorded on the blockchain.
Okay.
It creates this permanent and tamper-proof ledger.
So like a digital receipt that can't be faked.
Exactly, you've got it.
Yeah.
A digital notary for every purchase. So buyers and sellers can be 100% confident in the legitimacy of every transaction.
Okay, that could be huge for building trust with customers, especially online where it's so easy to get scammed. What other APIs does Uni-Fy have up their sleeve?
They've also got this really cool gamified community marketing API, and this one focuses on a really interesting idea, turning everyday customers into passionate brand advocates.
Okay, now you've got my attention. I love a good loyalty program. But how do you actually make community marketing fun? I've seen some pretty weak attempts out there.
Well, Unify's approach taps into our competitive side. Think challenges, leaderboards.
Okay.
And of course,
The
rewards.
rewards are always good.
Definitely. Imagine competing with other coffee lovers, for example, to earn the most crypto.
Okay.
Or unlock exclusive perks at your favorite coffee shops.
So you're basically turning shopping into a game.
Exactly.
Gamification, I can definitely see the appeal in that.
Yeah, and to make sure businesses aren't just, throwing spaghetti at the wall hoping something sticks, Unify also gives them an analytics dashboard API.
Love a good dashboard. See what's working, what's not.
Exactly. It gives them those real-time insights, so they can see which campaigns are really working, who their top referrers are, all that good stuff.
Data is king.
It really is. And they can use all this data to fine-tune their strategies for maximum impact.
Okay, this is all starting to paint a really interesting picture. But we can't forget about those classic loyalty programs. Does Unify have a plan for those?
Oh, they do. They're taking them to a whole new level with their loyalty and rewards API. It goes way beyond just those tired old point systems.
All right, now you've really piqued my interest. Next level rewards, you say. Tell me more. What's so special about them?
Think exclusive access, right? Like special access to products or experiences, or personalized offers tailored to what you actually like.
Okay, so they're going to use the blockchain to track my purchases and learn what I like.
Exactly. And of course, the ability to earn and spend crypto, it's all about making rewards actually valuable for the customer.
So no more collecting digital dust in my wallet, hoping to get enough points for like a free coffee someday?
Exactly. Unify is all about tangible value.
I like it.
It-
This is all incredibly cool, but let's zoom out for a second and talk about the bigger picture.
Sure.
Why does this all even matter? Why should our listeners care about what Unify's doing with all these APIs?
It's about a real shift in how business can be done, right? Unify wants to put these tools in everyone's hands, not just the big companies with tons of resources.
I see what you're saying. It levels the playing field a bit. Gives those smaller businesses a fighting chance to compete in a world that's becoming more and more reliant on tech.
Exactly, democratizing access. And here's where it gets really interesting because we're still so early. Unify's approach, it could lead to a wave of innovation we can't even imagine.
Okay, now you've got my mind going a mile a minute. What could this actually look like? What happens when every business, big or small, can build these custom solutions with blockchain?
We could see a ton of new businesses that are built on these ideas from the ground up. Imagine a world where transparency, security, customer engagement, it's all baked right in from day one.
Yeah.
That's the potential we're talking about.
That's amazing. But let's be real for a second. This is a huge vision. What are the hurdles? What does Unify need to overcome to actually make this a reality?
Well, for one, they need to make sure these APIs are actually user-friendly.
Right, because if it's too complicated, no one's going to use it.
Exactly. They have to be simple enough that businesses without a lot of technical know-how can still integrate them.
Like plug in and play, basically.
Exactly. Education and support is going to be key too. Unify needs to provide good documentation, tutorials, maybe even dedicated support to walk people through the process.
Like a Web3 help desk, ready to answer any and all questions.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's the question of scalability. As more and more businesses start using these APIs,
Their system has to be able to handle it.
right. And let's not forget about all the regulations surrounding blockchain and crypto. That's a whole other beast they'll need to navigate.
It's a long road ahead, that's for sure. But it sounds like they're up for the challenge. So, any final thoughts? If Unify actually pulls this off, if they democratize access to blockchain, what does that future look like?
I think we could be on the edge of a fundamental change. The way we think about interacting with businesses online, how those businesses operate, even how we think about online trust and transparency, it could all change.
It's like standing at the edge of the unknown. Kind of exciting, right?
It really is.
And the best part is, we get to watch it unfold.
Exactly.
So for everyone listening, it's time to start imagining. If you had the power of Unify's APIs right at your fingertips, what would you build? What would you create? It's a question we're thinking about. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be featuring your blockchain-powered business right here on the show. Until then, keep exploring and stay curious.